Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today is kind of a miscellaneous before the cold weather hits day. I have the truck loaded up with all our garbage. See, it's gonna snow tomorrow, a decent amount of snow. So we won't be able to get to the dump for a long time. So we're kind of overloaded with garbage to start with. So I got to get that done. I've already done a bunch of stuff. I got the minivan on the charger that had a dead battery. My truck started just fine, but I had to have that on a charger before. I think I'm going to bring the rest of this wood in this front row here. I'm going to try to bring all of that in. The cold weather is supposed to be here for at least 10 days, so we're going to need all that wood plus some. So it's nice to have it in here. And then in here, I'd like to get the rest of the studs in and whatever blocking I can. I only have, about 2 hours, I guess, until it gets dark. I'm going to have to work until it gets dark to get anything done today. So I'm going to grab Izzy, and Izzy and I are going to run to the dump. I'm going to try to film a little bit there, but I probably won't be able to. So we'll see on that. Let's get Izzy and get going. Izzy just loves going to the dump. Maybe it's the smell. Okay, Daddy's truck. Hey, this way. Izzy. She has a hard time getting up there. There you go. All right, Izzy, come on out. I think my battery is shot. I had this on the charger for like 3 days and I had to take it off, but when I went out to start it, it started just fine. But now I parked it here, loaded it up with garbage, and I went in the house to have lunch, came back out, and it won't start. Just clicking. And then I have the little battery idiot light coming on. Is this the date? (12/16). So this is 5 years old, a little over 5 years old. I need a new battery. All right, I'm gonna have to run to town and get a battery. I gotta get this out of here before tomorrow because we're gonna have that good amount of snow and we wanna get it plowed right away. If it's not one thing, it's two. Should we go to town, honey? Okay, let's do that. Cindy is calling our mechanic. We have a very reasonable priced mechanic down in the hollow back that way. And he had told Cindy that he gets real good prices on batteries. So if he has a battery for this, if he can get a battery for this, that would be great because it's not that far away. And if we can get there before it snows, that would be awesome. Okay, I just loaded the battery into Cindy's car. She's gonna run to our mechanic, who is down in Star Valley, just right over this big ridge right here. So that shouldn't take too long. I really got to get that battery in here and get all this garbage out of the truck before it gets covered in a huge amount of snow And I have to have this truck out of here because we have to have this area plowed. And I have to play this game or the dog will go crazy. Well, that's not quite it. I was going to point out the Border Collie stare. She's not going to do it now though. Okay, so while I'm waiting for her, I'm going to load as much of this wood into the house as I can because our flimsy little tarp that we used this year is not going to cover that. So I want to get it in there before it's full of snow, and then it's just a huge mess when you bring in snowy wood like that. So let me get some of this wood in there and we will head to the dump in just a bit. All right, winter is almost exactly half over, technically, and we have 2/3 of our wood left. We have a full face cord, and we have all this. So we have at least 2/3 of the wood left. But the coldest days are probably the next 3 weeks. So it looks like we'll probably have a good amount left over, but if we use up all of the wood, that's great too. I'm going to be cutting this year and I'll be saving all the wood I cut, and you know, just one tree can get you a whole ton of wood. I really do need a splitter though. It gets really old splitting that stuff by hand. I have that tire back there and I've been doing the crazy Russian hacker wood splitting technique. That saves your back a bit and saves you from running around getting the pieces that pop off, but I would really like a splitter. We'll see. I doubt that that's going to happen anytime soon. Izzy's running around in the fresh snow. Do you have a ball? Why, of course I do. I have 3. She will take her balls and line them all up, 1, 2, 3, and a lot of times it'll be blue, red, blue. It's really interesting the games she comes up with. Yeah, you see where she went to get that? It was way down the hill. Yeah, I see one right there as well. Come on, honey. She's getting a little tired. Cindy will be back soon. We'll get that battery in and then we'll head to the dump. Can you drop that for me? Don't play this game with me. Just drop it. Wow. I've called you a smart dog in a lot of videos. Certainly don't seem like you know how hills work. That's just gonna roll. You got it held up with your paw. There you go. That's my smart girl. This is gonna get old really quick for me. I shoveled a little bit right here so Natalie doesn't have an excuse as to why she's not putting garbage in the garbage cans. There was 2 garbage cans that had nothing in it, and she just piled the stuff up all over the place. The rest of the place really doesn't need to be shoveled, except over by the shed, but I just don't want to do that right now. I got too much other stuff to do. If I have any time left after I get back from the dump, which is looking kind of shaky, I'm going to get the rest of the studs on in there. And those don't take that long. I guess I can go past 4 o'clock if I need. But the dump is going to close soon, so we really need to get out of here. I think she's going to play by herself for a while. Still waiting here. Thought I'd mention, while we're on the wood subject, our neighbor, this is a face cord. 3 of these makes up a cord, and I believe he uses 6 cords of wood to heat his house a year. We use 2 face cords. So he uses 18 of these. They're 18 inches by 4 feet by 8 feet. A full cord is 4 feet by 4 feet by 8 feet. That's an amazing amount of wood that he uses to heat his house. And that's because our house is super insulated. It has a rain screen insulation on it. The main house has 2 inches of insulation completely on the entire outside. The seams are all sealed and everything. You could see it right here. Got kind of a cutaway view. 2 inches of insulation, and then we have a 2x6. And back when we built this, the best insulation for this was high density insulation, so it's R21. And this is what, R20, I believe, for 2-inch insulation. And this is completely sealed. Every little tiny hole was filled with the Great Stuff foam. What we did was just shine the light on the outside or the inside, and you do it at dusk, and you could see every little hole where you used to have screws and stuff. And then I just went foamed them all. The majority of the cold that gets into your house is from air leaks, and it really destroys your insulation if you have fiberglass insulation. This edition has Roxol insulation, or rock wool. It used to be called Roxol, but that might be a Canada thing. Back when I was working at the shipyards, we had to import this stuff for the yachts, and I believe that was because it's not affected by water. It's sound deadening, and it's a great insulation. I don't really know why anybody would want to use regular fiberglass insulation these days, except that this is hard to find and it's expensive. But I'm sure the cost will come down if more people use it. You got to bring that all the way up, honey. Bring it right here. No. Nope. I think we're done. Are you going to bring it all the way? Thank you. I think you were being a little sassy, weren't you? Okay. All right. Oh, another thing I can mention about heating with wood like this is if you have small inline duct fans, all you need to do is poke a hole, like from a room upstairs, poke a hole right through the floor of the room and put a little inline duct fan in it, and then you just put one of those grills on the ceiling where you poke it through. In our case, we can have them running through there's kind of like dead space at the eaves here, so that's where we can put it. And if you pull air out of the room, like at the far side, it'll draw air in from the other side, and it'll be actually more comfortable than forced air heating, and really quiet if you get the right duct fans. They make some super quiet ones these days for pot growers, and they're really cheap as well. So if you're planning on heating your entire house with wood, which we did in every year except 2 years. 2 years we did not use wood at all, and that's when we got the furnace installed. And we were just lazy for a couple of years, and I was working really hard at a job too. So just let's just burn the propane. But now we're broke again, so back to wood. And I would rather burn the wood anyways. You have to bring that all the way up, honey. I'm not gonna go get it. No, that's not even close. What in the world are you doing? I think she's playing a game with herself. Because she's certainly not including me. Not a chance, puppy. Okay. Well, still waiting on a battery here. Okay, Cindy just got back. I sandpapered these terminals to get the insides really, really clean. And I have some battery cleaner and acid detector, which is messy as hell. Oh, look, there's acid. But that'll protect the battery as well. Get this hold down in place and we can get the heck out of here. I can't see a damn thing with these glasses on. All right, let me get that in and we'll get out of here. Well, sun's getting low. It's probably past time to get to the dump. This vehicle would not start with the new battery. It is, well, it's working on 50%. I don't know. I just put this on, and sometimes, like if you have a fully charged battery, it'll take a few minutes to show that. But so far, it looks like it is at 25% working on 50%. But it definitely would not start the vehicle. So hopefully this will get this charged in time to get to the dump. If not, I'm going to have that huge pile of garbage in the back of the truck until Wednesday. And when it does snow, he'll have to backblade from here and we'll have all that snow in here. That would really suck. So hopefully, well, even if I miss the dump, if I can get this truck out of here before it starts snowing tomorrow, that would be great. Yeah, it does look like the battery is just way low. It's probably been sitting on his shelf for a while. So, I don't know. We'll give her until, I think the dump is open till 5:30. So we'll give this till 5 o'clock and I'll come back and check on it and see if she's ready to start. I can probably put this on normal. Let's see what it does then. It was on cold and it does a lower amperage charge at the cold setting. But in the sun right here, it's not bad at all. So we'll see how this works. Oh boy, if it's not one thing, it's two. Yeah, I had to take that charger off of this vehicle. That is 50% charged, and I'll have to get it back on that. I have no idea if we're going to end up getting to the dump or not today. And I certainly am not going to be able to get anything done in there. kind of a wasted day. I did get a bunch of stuff done outside though, so if I can get this stuff to the dump and get this truck out of here, we'll be ready for the storm. Otherwise, I don't know. Oh, not good enough, pup. All right, we'll see if this went up. All right, it's doing the exact same thing as it was doing before. So we'll come back and check on this in a little bit. Okay, here's the deal. We tried jump starting the truck with Cindy's vehicle and no go. It's just making it click. It seems like it has plenty of electricity and it's just clicking, which tells me it's the solenoid in the starter. And generally you can tap that. So I slid myself under the truck with this dead blow hammer and I could not find the starter. We looked it up real quick and it was a different engine than this has, so I wrote down the type of engine and we're going to go look that up tonight and see where the starter is. I might not be able to get at the starter. It looked like in the other video the guy had the wheel off and it was up underneath the exhaust manifold, and there's no way I'm going to be able to do all that with it sitting right there. So I don't know, we'll see. I put the charger back on it. It still only has 25% of a charge. And if it is the starter like that, it might just start tomorrow. If it starts, the dump will be closed, but at least I can get the truck out of there before this bigger snow is coming. And I say bigger snow because it's not like a huge snow. Last I seen it was 4.5 inches, which is a fair snow, but that's, it's not a monster snow, but it's enough to snag things up for a couple days. So I pretty much wasted an entire day on that vehicle, but at least I got all this wood in while I was waiting for Cindy. And I got a new battery. The battery was 5 years old, and that's a bit old for a battery. So if I want the vehicle to be reliable at some point, I definitely do need a new battery. But I don't know, this whole day just kind of sucks. I thought I was going to get these studs on the wall, but I guess that's going to have to wait till tomorrow. So if you want to see any more catastrophe days like this, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.